What's going on, guys? It's me, Merch, and welcome back. This is the final update. Sorry about the long delayed update. Been very busy. I'm actually back in Maine. This will be the conclusion of this trip. It did not go as planned at all. I didn't get in an accident or anything. I'm fine. I think it was Al. Al in the comment section was worried. Honestly, I've been very busy. I uh, I do a full-on garden channel in the summertime. I do cannabis gardening up in Maine. It's legal here, so that's what I'm focusing on now. I this video here, I am in New Mexico. This was one of the last things that I did before I headed on home. I stopped in New Mexico. This is Mills Canyon. This is an awesome canyon. There's an old hotel down here from the 1800s, and there's an old orchard, and it's a really cool place to go down. You should definitely not go down here on a street bike, but I just, I knew the way, and I knew it was okay as long as I went nice and easy. But this is sped up a little bit. I was going slower than this. But if you had like a dual sport, which I saw a couple of dual sports roll down through, it's an awesome ride. And if you have a Jeep or something like that, it's good too. But this is dry right now. It fills up with water when it rains really hard, and actually that was the downfall of the hotel that was down here in the orchard. They had a massive flood one year, and they never recovered, and nobody ever went back down here. It was part of the Santa Fe Trail, actually. I believe that's what it was, and it cut off like 100 miles if you would go down through this canyon. But they said it would take 10 years off whoever went down in its life because it was so scary on horseback. Right now we're down in the valley, but when you go up, you can see how steep these canyons are. When you're riding up it, I can see how it would be pretty scary on a horse-drawn buggy, especially back in the 1800s. But getting back to what I was talking about earlier is, so it didn't really work out. I had originally planned to have enough funds for me to go for a long time if I had kept the camper, which I didn't keep it. I had to get rid of it because it wasn't safe, and with the winds and stuff like that, it was a safety concern. The winds coming across Texas and New Mexico and Oklahoma, they blow hard, and I probably would have been in a world of hurt if I had kept it. So it's a good thing I got rid of it. So when I got rid of the camper, that increased my spending per day by like tenfold, because I would now, instead of finding a place to sleep, just pull over and crash at a rest stop or anywhere like that. It doesn't cost me any money at all. I could have cooked my own food, taken hot showers, running water, all these things that I had. I had a lot of storage space and things like that. I could store more things, more water, more food. All that was gone with the camper, so I started to have to I got a tent, and I had to stay at campgrounds. Campgrounds, you can find a lot of free ones, but for the most part, a lot of the free ones were not available in certain areas. There's only so many national forests in so many areas, and sometimes if you're, let's say, for instance, in San Diego, when I was in San Diego, there's no national forest in San Diego. I was actually staying at one of the cheaper places possible, which was still $28 a night. So you're looking at $28 to $50 a night to sleep. That's not going to last very long, not including food, not including gas. So expenses started to pile up. I started having things that I needed to do. I was getting all these miles on my bike. So, I think I ended up doing 8,600 miles. That's what I put on my bike this trip. It was crazy. And I had to do an oil change in California, and I had to do a tire change also, which you guys saw. My front tire is still good, but the tire that I put on in California is now almost done. So, yeah, riding in a straight line at 80 miles an hour, the tires don't last all that long. And, you're revving your engine constantly at highway speeds. things need to just be gone over, and the bike just needed some maintenance and stuff like that. So that costs money. So funds, they don't last long when you're not sticking to the plan. And basically, not having the camper really threw a wrench in the in the wheel, I guess, so to speak. So that's something that I think I was relying too heavily on. I was relying too heavily on staying in that camper, when in reality I would have been actually really, really hot. And I couldn't have gone down any of these roads. I would have been very limited, and I'm glad that I got rid of it, because I couldn't have done this ride with a camper. That would have been so sketchy. I mean, I probably could have, but it would have been very sketchy. And the bike, it's a lot of weight on it. You have to constantly be shifting weight in the camper, which is another thing that you have to think about. It was kind of a lot of like mental stress, I guess, looking back at the camper. I've already kind of gone over all this, but I just wanted to sum everything up. I had an awesome time. I had such a blast. I went to 26 states. I went 8,600 miles, went through 2 tires and an oil change in 30 days. It was awesome. I went to so many national parks, national forests. I didn't video everything. Sometimes I would just go and I would just enjoy it. And actually, pretty much the entire ride back, I was not videoing, because videoing is fun to do, but sometimes I like to just enjoy it myself. You can see here, going up, this was kind of a crazy ride. See right here, I had to kind of like sit down. Sometimes you got to like sit down if the corner is kind of sharp and it's like loose gravel. I have street tires on, so it's not the best. But sometimes if I'm videoing, I'm focusing a lot on the shot, getting a good view. I'm standing up this whole ride, guys. I'm not sitting down. When you see my windshield, that's when I'm sitting down. But if you don't see my windshield, I'm standing up. So it kind of changes the way that I ride when I'm videoing. So sometimes I don't always want to try and focus on the shot. Sometimes I would like to just enjoy it and have a good time. So I found this like internal battle that specifically revolves around filming while riding. So there's this internal battle that goes on where it's, do I want to film, or do I want to enjoy the ride? Do I just want to, look around, or do I want to tilt my head so that way the camera can catch everything nicely, and you have to move your head kind of slow. When you have that camera on your chin, it kind of acts as like a gimbal, and that's something that you have to think about when you're riding. So sometimes I like to just go for a ride, turn the camera off, enjoy it, I think that's something that you can do, and you should be allowed to do, even if you do have a motorcycle channel. So I did enjoy the ride back. There was also, guys, there was some really bad weather on the way back. Stuff that you don't even want to watch because it's terrible. It's, highway riding in the rain through New York and Pennsylvania. It was so much garbage. You wouldn't be able to see anything, and it was miserable for a couple days. I had some horrible experiences on the way home. I stayed at a hotel in Ohio that there was like a shooting across the street, and cops came at 2 a.m, and there was like drug addicts outside like snooping around my bike. It was not good. So I mean, it's not all gravy, it's not all rainbows and sunshine. There's bad days. And it's important to remember that pretty much all of the really good riding that I had was out west. California, Nevada, New Mexico, Arizona. Those places are absolutely beautiful, and I love them for riding. They're so good. And I mean, I'm not saying the other places aren't good, but the weather out there is pristine all the time. It may be a little cold, but look at this. Do you see a cloud in the sky? Because I don't see one right now. And it was just it's like this all the time, sunrise to sunset. It might get a little windy, but in my experience, from when I was out there, I had the most fun and most enjoyable riding out west. And I know out east there's some good riding too, but the weather is terrible. At least it was when I was riding. The entire time that I was riding back home from Oklahoma to Maine, it was raining and about 45 degrees. The whole way, I'm talking the entire way, it was bad. There was just storm system after storm system, and I didn't even film anything. I just was headed back, and it was just, I think there was like 2 days straight of waking up at 7 a.m., raining, getting on my bike, riding all day in the rain, going to bed, waking up the next day, 7 a.m., raining, riding all day in the rain, going to bed, rinse and repeat for like a week. That was the ride home. It wasn't so good. So, you know, I wasn't feeling like making an update when I came home. I got right in the garden and I just started to unwind. I pretty much parked my bike and I forgot about it for a while. After you've been riding for that long, it's good to take a step back. And I was waiting to make this video. Actually soon I was gonna make it when I did a ride, but I just remembered that I had this footage, and it was a really fun time. There was a national forest up top. Actually, it's a national grassland, and this is in sort of like northeastern New Mexico, up by the plains. It's just grass and grass for as far as you can see. They call it the grassland for a reason. There's nothing out there. But there's this canyon, just, you know, just all of a sudden starts, and if you didn't know it was here, you would never be able to find it. It's really tucked away. It goes, I think that's the Colorado River. Don't quote me on that. I think it is. Or the Canada River. Sorry. I don't know why they call it the Canada River. It's in New Mexico. Does it start in Canada? I don't know. Don't pay attention. But I come up here and I take a right, and this is it. There's this awesome little campground. It's first come, first serve. There's also, really close by, there is just like dispersed camping where you can just go wherever you'd like. And they don't charge anything. It's all free, but they are changing it, so they're going to try and charge some money for it. But right here, right now, I didn't pay anything, and I could have stayed here for like 14 days. But I had to head on back. Because the funds were running out. You know, money doesn't last forever, as we all know. But yeah, guys, this is pretty much summing it up. I might go for some more rides at some point in time, but given the current circumstances, I am focusing on my other channel, which is Merch Grows. If you guys want to check it out, I got some cool things going on this year. It's cannabis related. I just want to let you guys know it's legal, but if you're not into that, I understand if you don't stop by. But thanks for coming with me on this journey, guys. I had a really good time. I saw a lot of cool places. I really wanted to go much further and much longer. I was hoping to be gone for a long time, and I was hoping that my job that I was banking on picking up out west was going to carry me a little bit further and allow me to ride in the areas that I wanted to, but it just didn't work out that way. And that's how life goes sometimes. Sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some. I don't really know if this was a win or a loss, but I know that I had a good time, and thanks for coming along. You never know. Keep your eyes peeled on this channel. I don't plan on uploading anytime soon, but I still have my bike, and I still like to ride, so you never know. But I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.